So good morning, my name is Brad Letourneau. Along with Dennis Berg and Mike Starr, we wish to welcome you. We gather here today to dedicate a memorial in honor of 4 St. Francis graduates who gave their lives in faithful and honorable service to our country more than a half a century ago. Army Specialist Leslie Cowden, Marine Sergeant Peter Hedlund, Army First Lieutenant Philip Donald Waters, and Army Specialist Raymond Baker. But more importantly today, it's about the families of these courageous men. These families, while attending their loved ones' funerals, watched the folding of the United States flag, which draped their loved one's coffin. Amidst the tears and the heartache of the attending mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, friends, and classmates, the flag was solemnly presented with these words: "On behalf of the President of the United States, the U.S. military, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved one's honorable and faithful service." The gratitude or appreciation of the nation in most cases was absent at the time of their loved one's death. That same symbol we see on the wall over there, that same symbol that these parents exchanged for the life of their sons, was being dragged through the streets, soiled, and publicly burned like common trash. The appreciation and gratitude of your family's sacrifice shall no longer be denied. Today we are here to express to the families and friends of these 4 heroes our gratitude. Today we are here to express to these families and friends of these 4 heroes our appreciation. Through this memorial, the citizens of Anoka County and the St. Francis School District are forever committed to expressing our gratitude and appreciation for the sacrifices your families have made, as with all of those from Anoka County who have fallen in service. And how do we do this? By promising you that your loved one's sacrifice will always be remembered. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Dennis Berg for the next part of our ceremony here.
Thank you, Brad. This is an emotional day for the 3 of us. 25 years ago, the Anoka County Historical Society, in partnership with the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 470 of Anoka County, created an exhibit that was telling the story of our veterans and their service in Vietnam. One of the biggest challenges they had in putting together that exhibit was just to find out how many people, servicemen that were killed in action, called Anoka County home. Graduated from Anoka County, registered for the draft, served their country, and were killed. We initially started out with only 22 out of the 58,000. The exhibit brought a lot of information in. We did a number of scrub downs on that list of names, and it grew to 36 names of servicemen from Anoka County. I was given the opportunity to speak at a Veterans Day event at the St. Francis High School here, where I graduated, to tell my story from Vietnam. And as part of that, I used a book that the Historical Society had published as a result of that exhibit, and talked about Peter Hedlund and Leslie Cowden, who told their story. And I encouraged the students at that event that they should consider having their names added to the wall of honor that they have at the high school for alumni that have achieved significant goals in their life. Sometime later, I get a phone call from Mike Starr, chair of the school board, and he says that they want to do something more than just a plaque. They want to come up with some way that we can feel like we knew them. somewhat like after my talk, telling about my memory of them. So Mike and I met for breakfast. We just discussed different options, what we could do. And after the first meeting, we realized we needed partners if we were gonna make this happen. We contacted the Anoka County Historical Society and Anoka County Parks, Anoka County Board. And they come alongside us right from the get-go and have been just fantastic to work with as we've been moving through this process. But it was really up to Mike and I to come up with a vision of what we wanted to do. And frankly, Mike and I come from military backgrounds, so we're looking at all these marble monuments that service organizations have erected. And we talked about having their portrait, etched in stone, their life story etched in stone. But it really didn't feel like it brought them to life. And then one morning while we're having breakfast, Brad Letourneau comes up to our table and says he would like to help. And Brad brought a different perspective to what we were struggling with, because with our military side, he come from the family side. He had family members, including his own son in the military, and brought a whole change to our paradigm of what it would take to bring these two individuals to life. For example, he suggested the QR code. Just when you get out there, there'll be a sign, and eventually it's going to be a much more worthy sign. But the QR code is out there. Click on it, and the history that we have to date on these individuals will come to life. Hopefully when the day's over, with the help of the Historical Society, we will be able to add more, especially their growing up years. But from that day on, we had a vision. Now the challenge was, we're going to have to pay as we go. We have to start fundraising. Initially, we came up with a bare bones budget of $20,000, but a vision that if we really wanted to do it right, we'd have to more than double that. I'm happy to say that it's been a pay as we go. It's the more grand vision, and we did more than double that. And thanks to the community and the supporters, and especially those who you see plaques here today are significant. If you see that plaque in a business when you go to them, thank them, because without those contributions, this day would not have been possible. But here's the part that why it's so emotional for us. As we were doing the fundraising, it came to our attention that there were actually 4 students from St. Francis that had graduated, went to Vietnam, and lost their lives in defense of our freedom. The other 2 had been missing from that list for the last 25 years. And we found out about it just about the time we were ordering the stones. We had our budget covered, and if we were going to add 2 more names, that was a budget problem. We've done a diligent effort to try and find family members. We've been unsuccessful. But when we're sitting in the meeting that day to order the stones, it was like a voice was telling us that Peter and Leslie lived by a code that all servicemen live by, and that is, you live and die by a code of leaving nobody behind. You bring them home. We ordered the stones. And lately, as we've been writing our history, it just seems like there's been a voice leading us through every decision point of designing this so that it could accommodate these 2 names. I gotta believe when we're out there in the bell rings for the 2 names, Leslie and Peter are out there doing a high five. We brought them home. We found them, and we brought them home. And sometimes I wonder if that isn't what started all of this. But one of the things that we want to do as part of this, Anoka County Historical Society, at the time the exhibit was taken down from Vietnam, the Veterans Experience, they produced a book. This is 25 years ago, with the list of the names of those that were killed and their stories, plus unedited versions of the stories from hundreds of Vietnam vets from around the county that contributed to this book. As part of this project, the decision has been made by the Historical Society Board that they're going to reproduce the book, update it, add the names, but more significantly, they're gonna add 2 more sections. One will be the history of the monument, and the other one is something that's been overlooked for far too many years in our nation, and that's the sacrifices that the families made while their loved ones served in Vietnam, and they were keeping the porch light lit for their loved one. This was a time when it was really difficult. Some of the stories we've heard from contributors that were wives or fiancés or high school sweethearts of a serviceman that was in Vietnam, and the struggle they had when their friends were protesting the war to try and stay loyal. It's a story that just keeps repeating itself, and it needs to be interviewed, recorded, and preserved. And that's what the new book is going to be about. But, you know, like everything, the Historic Society is a nonprofit. They have to pay as they go. And the way that they're going to accomplish this new book and get the story and get the interviews is, number one, we need to find families that are willing to come forward and share their story. Especially those of you that had a significant relationship with someone in Vietnam, and what happened when they came home, how it changed your life, how it changed them, what could have been. They're sitting at the table waiting for you to come forward. And also, if you purchase a book, it'll help expedite us to get this book into print and get it distributed, because like the story of Baker and Waters, it's been lost in history way too long. It's time to bring it out and celebrate what they have done for us. Thank you.
You know, my name is Mike Starr. I'm the one who got a hold of Dennis and said, hey, Dennis, we need to do something. We have an idea here now, like Dennis talked about. And sure enough, it happened. Reality is here today after 15 months of planning and meetings and fundraising. Today it all comes together. It's been a lot of work to make this happen. And Dennis talked about how we started off with a $20,000 budget to make this thing work for us. Overall, with all of our donations, in-kind information, or money given to us and helping us out, actuality, it went over $50,000 to make this project a reality. We have plaques here to recognize the donors who stepped up and gave us some big in-kind donations, dollar bills that were given to us. It really helped out because the community said, we agree, we need to do something. Because 51 years ago, these guys weren't recognized. Today, we're going to recognize them. At the same time, we're recognizing, if you would, help me out. Specialist 5, Leslie Cowden's family. Will you please stand? Who are you? We don't know everybody. Marine Sergeant Peter Hedlund, please stand. Family members of the Hedlunds. And standing right now is Eric Hedlund and his 2 daughters, and they flew in from Arizona yesterday to be here for today. First Lieutenant Philip Waters, his sister is the only one remaining that we know of in the family. She's homebound with medical issues. We're going to go visit her probably tomorrow afternoon. So that's the only family member we know of the Waters. Is there someone here I don't know that's part of the Waters family? Okay, we found the sister came across her just 2 weeks ago. Yep. Okay, the Baker family, Specialist 4, Raymond Baker. I had a lot of phone calls from the Bakers. From the Baker family, did someone come from Arizona? I heard one time. How about North Dakota? There you go, North Dakota, stand up. What part of North Dakota?
Watford City.
Watford City? I used to be probation parole officer for North Dakota. That was one of my areas. I covered that district down there. Long time ago. All right, plus we have some other people want to recognize in the group here today. Commissioners who's on the park board, and without the park board's assistance, we would have had trouble with this project. The County of Anoka and the Park Board of Anoka, thank you for all the work you did. When you work with the government, you know how things can happen, right? There, it went well. It truly, we were self-funded. We self-funded the whole program, so we didn't have to go through all the bureaucratic stuff so much. So Anoka Parks and Rec, thank you for your help. Present that I know of, Commissioner Schulte is here. Please stand. Commissioner Brasted on the park board. Brasted, where she is. Here we have past commissioner who's here, Dan Earhart. Dan is here. Senator Hoffman, are you here? There he is, Senator Hoffman, waving back. Thank you for coming. City Council member John West and Mike White is here from Oak Grove. The memorial is in the city of Oak Grove, just about 5 miles south of here. So thank you for all your help from the city to make it happen, to all the things you did to help us. So thank you very much. Dennis was really a super nice guy towards Brad over here, okay? Well, sir, Dennis and I met a couple of times, and then we get a phone call. Yeah, my name is Brad Letourneau. I heard you doing this memorial. Can I be part of it? And I'm thinking, who is this guy that's going to crash our party? Because we already been planning and working on it. I said, well, yeah, come on down and join us at the old coffee shop. And Brad came down and joined us, and I'll tell you what, the three of us here have worked together on this project with different ideas, different ways of doing stuff, and it all came together. So the three of us, we had a pretty good project, I think, and really disagreements, zero. It worked out. Things just fell in place, and we made it happen. All because Dennis talked at the veterans program at the high school that I put on every year. He mentioned the two individuals here, Cowden and Hedlund, who were neighbors. For those who don't know, down on County Road 58, they're only about 150 yards apart on County Road 58. Hedlund went with the Marines, Cowden went with the Army. Cowden died on 3 February of 68. And then Hedlund, he passed away from his wounds on 9 February of 68. So two neighbors, two different branches of service, passed away within 6 days of each other in 1968. What a story right there. And other stories that we've had here, it's just been outstanding. Things have come together, people who have spoken, and we heard about the Hovney family up in northwest Minnesota. Just all kinds of stuff came together to help us out. Is Corey here from Abe Lasting? He's supposed to be here, Abe Lasting. Yep. Corey's here. Right there he is. We started a project that went to Corey, Abe Lasting powder coat. I said, we're doing this project for our budget. How much should we plan to sandblast and powder coat 2 soldiers, helmet, rifle, boots, and the arch? He said, there's no cost to you guys. I'm a Navy vet, 6 years. Bring it to me, I'll take care of it. Those are the kind of people that made this thing successful for us. Mark Ehlers, is Mark here? Mark Ehlers from MC Fab. The high school could not do the arch because their plasma cutter is only 4 foot. But I was given information to go see Mark Ehlers. Mark stood up and said, Mike, all you have to pay for is the material. We're gonna donate our personal time to make this happen. Mark also served in the military at one time. So people like that is what made this overall project very, very successful. So thank you for all your help out there. When we leave here today, we'll be on the buses. We really hope most will ride the buses. We have about 40 some chairs set up. If you don't need a chair right away, allow the elderly, like, Dennis or somebody, to sit in the chair. Because he's older than I am. No, really, we're going to have the buses go down, and then afterwards come back up here for lunch and everything. So it's going to be a good time. Mother Nature. At one time, one of our meetings we had with the park people, one of them said, well, because me, I want to get it done yesterday, but I had to slow down. And so one of the park people said, well, Mike, we'll just leave the date open, and we'll work on it, and when we get there, we'll just have the dedication. And I said, time out, no, there is no open date. Okay, if you have an open date, what happens? It never gets done. I said, this will be done on or before July 4th of 2024. The last stone was placed yesterday. The last stone was put in place 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, the last stone was in place. We made it by a few days. Yep, it worked. Mother Nature kind of gave us some problems there in the beginning, trying to get concrete laid for us. And one of our concrete people gave us a huge discount for the concrete that we laid for this memorial. So a lot of people stepped up. We're going to have the plaques here to give out here real quick to say thanks to everybody. But again, from the Baker family, from the Cowan family, the Hedden family, everyone for coming out here today and traveling many miles away, thank you for coming out here. This is very emotional to have all of you here today. Also, is Lydia in the group here? She may be coming down there. Lydia, when you watch some of the stuff back here, she's a high school sophomore. She's the one that designed, I told her I need a kneeling soldier, male, female, helmet, boots, and rifle. She's the one as a sophomore, put all this together on the computer for the size we needed, took it to the plasma cutter, had to readjust everything on the plasma cutter for the size that we needed, and then she cut the plasma. She's in charge of the plasma cutter. You see her in the background here at times. She's a sophomore in high school. She made this happen for our interview. Yep. And I wanted the high school, the manufacturing class. It's called Saints Manufacturing, our 5th hour class. These are your top kids that do parts for snow plows for the state of Minnesota. They have excess of $200,000 what do we call it? Contracts with the state to build parts for our snow plows. Our high school kids do that for us. And that's why I wanted them, because we lost 4 high school students, I wanted our high school kids to build the soldiers. And they did a good job.
They did a fantastic job.
Thank you,
We're going to go ahead and pass out some plaques here. If folks would like to get a picture of the plaque being presented, we do have some time. So our first plaque, before we hand this first one out, these plaques recognize, as Mike said, some of the top contributors, but they're also quite selfish on our part. One of the I don't want to call it a problem that we had to overcome, but one of the issues that we had to overcome is the Cedar Creek Conservation Area is probably one of the best kept secrets in Anoka County. A lot of people have driven by the old Nisland place for many years, not realizing that it is a conservation district. So when we put these plaques together, we selfishly put a map on the side of the plaque. So we could get the location out into our local businesses, and that is one of the driving factors for these plaques. So Saint Manufacturing, I know Emily's not here, but
Superintendent's here.
Superintendent, will you please accept this plaque?
Thank you, Superintendent.
Village Bank of St. Francis. Thank you. Anoka County Parks. Anoka County Parks, the folks down there just done a tremendous job. A lot of in-kind work that they did for us, just a super organization. Thank you, Anoka County Parks.
I'd like to just say something too. During the process, early on in the process, when we went to the county made us an offer that's really significant. We agreed we would fund the project at no cost to the taxpayers, but they have taken on the responsibility of perpetual care of this monument, and that is significant. Without that, we would have to have a fund put aside for, future maintenance that would be unbelievable, so they really stepped up in making sure that this will last.
Jeb Letourneau, Brand Sketch Base and Repair. Jeb and the crew here were our concrete contractor out there. Did just a fantastic job, very proud.
Thank you.
Those are my kid. Just a real quick story. Generally, when me and Jeb are on the same job, there's plenty of curse words, shovels flying. He goes his way, I go my way. But on this job, and Jim will testify, absolute calm. This job, when we got started, went from start to finish, no problems, no issues whatsoever. It's like the boys said, all right, no fighting on this job. And it held true, so.
Before we go further, the foundation to support the big stone, when I stopped out there one day and Jeb was out there working, I said, how much concrete you need in this thing? Oh, we got about 5 yards. I think I maybe overbuilt it. That concrete stone pad, that's not going to move for 50 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. That pad is the same. It won't move.
Bill Superette.
Did somebody come, Grant couldn't make it. Is somebody here from Bill's? Okay, we'll go see Bill face to face.
Bill's was very kind. They let us, through the whole entire process, use their corporate headquarters meeting room. So we never had to worry about a place to meet. They were always kind to us, had coffee ready to go. We would book our next meeting, they put it in the calendar, and if there was somebody there, they'd make sure that we got in there somewhere. They were just really super to us the whole time. Cornerstone Automotive.
DKDA Engineering. Anyone from that group here? Engineering group? Okay, we'll find them. St. Francis American Legion, post 622. So someone here from the Legion. The color guard is down on the site right now. Who's from the Legion? Who's a member? Come on up. Thanks. All right.
Thank you.
Ramsey Lions Club. Anyone here from Ramsey Lions? Okay, we're tracking them, and they're a big donor for us. They helped out big time. Vietnam veterans, Anoka, post 470. There's someone here from that group. They're also going to be down at the site for us when we're at Corey from Sandblasting. If you want to get something sandblasted and powder coated in East Bethel, this young man will take care of you. What a great job. Now his shop, he's added on to it. It's a fantastic shop. You got to stop down there and check him out in East Bethel. Who's that? Eric Tidlin, coming up from, Eric Tidlin, there he is, daughter from Arizona. Yeah, these two were classmates in school. That's how far back they go. Yeah. Then he said, used to ride the horses to school all the time. I don't know if that's true or not.
Actually, for country school it is.
All right, City of Oak Grove, Mike Riley, Mr. West, come on in. There's a mayor here.
After you get it, got one.
Thank you, Brad.
Hey, Mike, thank you. Mayor, thank you, sir.
You get off right out here. There. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Coon Rapids Veteran Post with that the 9625. Anyone here from there? All right. Okay. Mark Elders from NC Metal Fab. Mark, are you here today? Mark, okay, we'll go find Mark. He lives over in Land Lakes. I know they're a busy shop. I've been in that shop 3 times to get the arch, and they are a busy family organization over there. This guy here, Rich Oxley, he crashed the party too. He says, hey, can I videotape some of your stuff? Everything you see behind us up here and everything on the website and the QR code is from Rich Oxley right here. Yeah, Rich teaches at the, what tech school?
Hennepin Tech.
Hennepin Tech. He teaches videotaping and news and all that kind of stuff. He's got some great video and he's going to have all put together after the dedication down there. He can put all this together and have us doing stuff like, well, here they are. They're cutting out the big piece. That's 3/8-inch steel. It takes 2 people to pick up one of those soldiers. You can't do it by yourself. And that young lady on here, Lydia, that's the teacher, Eric Trost. That's his classroom. And Lydia right here, she's a sophomore to make all this happen. So I think she'll be down on the site down there. She did a great job for us. Okay, what else you got over there? Okay, we're delivering, okay.
But I would like to call your attention to all the donors that are listed on the brochure. There's just been a fantastic support from the community. We get some of the highlights, but each and every one of these are important to us, and they made it happen. So, and a lot of you are here, just a big thank you.